Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel JB's Lecture. I am Jeevatacharya and today in this video I shall discuss about the rest part of the poem We Are the Music Makers that I started to discuss in my previous video. Right at the very beginning of this video, let me clear to you one thing, that is who are new in my channel or who are just watching the videos for the first time. If you like my content or if you like the way I do teach, please go visit my channel and watch the other previous videos. If you like them too, then do not forget to share my content among your friends, family members, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Okay, so let us start the third stanza of the poem. Before that, let me revise the poem once again. What is this poem about? We are the music makers. This poem is not about the music makers only. This poem is not about the people who make musics or who just put tunes within them. No, this poem is about all the artists actually. And what is the function of an artist? That is to create anything. If you create if you create just an idol by flower, then you are also an artist. Understood? You are creating anything, that means you are an artist. And actually this artistry is hidden within each and every human being, isn't it? We all do create everything. Every day we are creating. We all are artists, whatever. But this particular poem is about those people who are publicly called the artists, like the painters, definitely the music makers, the writers, okay, the people who make the sculptures and like them only. Now this poem is definitely about a very culture, you can say, about a kind of prevalence, you can say, which is very much trendy in our society, that is to bully people who are artists, to bully them, saying that he or she doesn't have that merit, or oh my goodness, you are reading like you will be going with arts in your future, so there is actually no future. So these things used to be said, and definitely in our West Bengal or in India it is said, and it is very much prevalent. Whatever, this is not done, this is not something that we should do, because artists are artists and you cannot just measure them by degrees or by numbers and all those things. But actually in our society, artists are called the losers. And here O'Shaughnessy is telling the truth only, that the artists used to be to some extent lonely. They do have their own world and they do not allow people, each and every one, to enter that world, to touch the world, because they feel very much comfortable being lonely in that world. They cannot socialize properly, they cannot talk to people properly. They cannot, they do not look like so much updated or trendy. uh, they are, they love to be solo actually. They love to be solo, and more than that, they are solo because people do not at all think that they are able to mix up with them. Okay, people think that they are very much backdated. So this poem is about the artists only. And here actually the poet wants to say that due to the artists only, like who is creating the news, who is writing the news, who are writing in the newspapers, they're also the artists. The historians, they're also the artists, because without their creations, without their in a document, we would be completely unable to know things that had happened long years ago in our world, isn't it? And one more thing, that is the way they do describe, we have to read that only, we have to know that only. Nowadays we are having internet connection, we do make videos, live videos, and that's why we can get to know the truth actually, or you can see the actual truth, we can see that what is happening throughout the entire world. But even outside of the world. But when there was nothing like that, long years back, when there was no sign of life, when the people were, with the human beings were apes, that time, about that time, how would we have been able to know? We became able to know due to the documents, due to the very information given in our history books, and definitely by those historians who assumed the truth, who assumed that. And creating assumptions are not at all easy. Creating assumptions, that is not at all easy. That one person, if one person is creating an assumption, if one person is assuming something, that means he or she definitely read a lot, a huge amount of things um, which made him or her that much able to assume, or to perceive those things and write them down, which we throughout the entire world people are reading. So that is the very power of an artist. Here the very power of artistry is hidden. One should not at all take the power of artistry as, one should not at all take it for granted, because of that thing only we are over here able to know almost everything about the art, about our world, about the circumstance around the world, outside of the world. Understood? So let us just discuss about the last paragraph, the third stanza. We in the ages lying, in the buried past of the earth, built Nineveh with our sighing, and Babel itself in our mirth. So Nineveh and Babel. Babel is actually Babylon, a biblical city, and Nineveh was actually a tower. Okay, we will definitely come back to the discussion regarding Nineveh and Babel. Let us complete the paragraph. And overthrow them with prophesying to the old of the new world's worth. For each age is a dream that is dying, or one that is coming to birth. So here you can see, students, that Nineveh is what? Nineveh was actually a tower which people made in order to touch God, which people actually made in order to touch God. Now God became very much angry, watching the very, watching the people who dared so. Okay, God remains untouchable. Understood? God can be felt but never be touched. So people, when people started to do so, God became angry looking at them, and watching their determination, unity. God decided that he would break the unity which was created among people, by giving them different languages and by making different places throughout the entire world. Then people would be separated, okay, from each other, and that very particular unity or the very same language would not at all be over there among them. So that's why God created so many different places and so many different languages, so that people could get different languages to communicate and could not understand each and every one properly. Though they could not make Nineveh, the tower, they did not give up. They made Babylon, a city actually it was. But afterwards, that city also was, completely destroyed due to an earthquake. But how could we know, or how would we have been able to know about Nineveh and Babel? We did not at all see any city called Babylon. We did not at all see any tower called Nineveh. Where and how it was made, we knew about all those things by those people who wrote them, and definitely through some documents, through some information only, they became able to write. Okay, and we all are reading. Okay, so Nineveh and Babel, they could be created by the artists. They could be destroyed by the artists. They could be created by the artists. The artists or the newspaper writers could write like there was nothing called Nineveh and Babel. Okay, but they wrote the truth, what they assumed due to, or you can say through some documents, or through some, definitely through the very you know through the very education, through the very knowledge that they had. Okay, and overthrow them with prophesying. Okay, to the old of the new world's worth, for each age is a dream that is dying, or one that is coming to birth. So here The poet is intending to say that they could even overthrow the very existence of that city or of that tower that I have already told you, but they did not do that. They wrote, and due to their writing only, we would have been able to understand or to imagine or to know. Now you see, for each age is a dream that is dying. So here the poet is wanting to say that every age would go. There were actually many ages in English literature. There was an age called old age period, then there came medieval period, then there came lots and lots of ages were there: Elizabethan period, restoration period, Jacobean period. Okay, there was also one particular age that was called Milton's age. Okay, then right now it is going on actually the 20th century, like the what you can say, the modern age and all those things. And before the modern age there are a lot of ages in English literature. That's I am not at all discussing in this video, whatever. So here each and every age came, and each and every age was also deleted. It's not deleted, it could have been deleted if the historians did not write them down. It could have been completely eliminated, it could have been completely reduced, it could have been completely destroyed if the historians did not write them down properly with certain logics and with certain proofs. Okay, that's the thing actually. Each and every age comes, and each and every age goes. Each and every age comes because there is definitely an end of that particular age. Okay, ages come and ages die, or one that is coming to birth. So a new one must be born, and the previous one must go, and that particular cycle the artists actually do maintain with great efficiency. They do have the very power, they do have the very quality, the efficiency, the potency to do so. Their writing, one saying is over there, pain is mightier than the sword. So what is happening around the world through the help of the swords? People are fighting with each other. All those things we would have been completely unable to see if those were not written in newspapers. Right now TV, mobile phones, internet, these have come after a long time. But what about the previous days? That's what I have been telling, I have been trying to say right from the very beginning of the poem. Okay, we got to know by the writings of those artists. Okay, and that is why we don't have the very right to demean them, to say that they are all solo, they are all lonely, and they are all boring and all those things. They are boring, they are lonely, they are solo because they have to create. Okay, they do always think within themselves, they are always busy within themselves because they have to create. That's the thing. So in this particular poem, the poet is actually trying to glorify the very power of the artists. He wants to say that artist can die, but art can never ever be died. And due to the very existence of the art, of that immortal art, okay, artists are remembered, or artists will be remembered. Like we all know about Rabindranath Tagore, Swami Vivekananda ji. 12th of January I am making this video, so definitely today is the birthday of Swamiji. We know them and we remember them by their writings only, by their sayings, writings, by their creation only. They all are the creators. They all were the creators, are the creators, and will remain as the creators. So people can be known by their works. Understood? So that's the thing. That's what the poet actually intends to say throughout the entire poem. I guess this poem is easy to be understood, but definitely this poem is having a very grave message within itself. So go through the poem and the very explanation that I have given you. If you want to see my previous video, you can see that, you can see in my channel. Okay, so if you like the video, don't forget to share the video among your friends and family members, and also don't forget to comment below asking me the questions or on which topic I would make my next video. Okay, so I will be coming back very soon with a new chapter, with not a new chapter, but I will be over here back very soon with the very discussion of the question answers, probable question answers from this poem. Till then, bye, good night.